Hey you guys, Big Adele here, and today I've got again the double proxy hatch build I have been perfecting, but this is not going to be a macro one. This is going to be one where I try and kill him a lot more because I've realized that I've kind of just been letting them chill there when they have no right to be able to chill there when I have a bunch of Ravagers. They've got like one tank. And so I'm trying to be more aggressive and just get them. Also, I like to make their base my base with Zerg because you can spread creep, and if you get creep to this part of the map, I consider that bonus points. I have a bingo card whenever I play StarCraft, and one of the bingos is get creep right here. It's actually supposed to be the middle one. Unlike normal bingo, StarCraft bingo, the middle one is the hardest thing to get instead of a free card. Either way, doesn't matter. So we're going to send a drone out to piss off my opponent. I believe he was random, and that's why I didn't send it out earlier. Normally, I like to send it out early and mess with this SUV, but I just sent it out at this time because he was random and I wanted to see what he was. You may ask, what if he was Zerg? And this build is awful against Zerg. I would say that sucks, but there's a 2 in 3 chance that he's not Zerg, and you can do this build against both of the other races. I'm gonna fight this SV a little bit. Remember when they trap you like that, you can click on the minerals and you'll mineral walk through them to get away. Both of them go ahead and ignore me, and I was gonna attack him, but I saw this guy coming and I wanted to stay far enough away to still be able to get the hatch down. And now the hatch doesn't matter. Like I've said before, this one's just a distraction. This is the one that you actually want to get down quickly. And then once both the hatches are done, get a spawning pool and both gases. Just keep making drones this whole time as soon as you can. Hopefully he overreacts to this. You want him to pull workers. Normally I would advise pulling workers to a hatchery in your base. I think it's kind of crazy to just build a bunker. But a lot of people will just build a bunker. That's still fine. Any any resources dedicated to defending this is good, but even more is just the attention that is taken up by this will distract them from looking over here, because this is the real one that is going to do any damage. I also like to send this first Overlord over here and then send it over to this hatch to see what they've built to defend it. If they build literally nothing, you should just let it finish and make spines and a queen up here as well. But if they build a bunch of defense, you want to cancel it. Generally, you want to cancel it for this build because, like I said, it doesn't matter. I wasn't paying attention, so I let it finish. Also, with only a bunker, I thought maybe. Really, you should only let it finish if they don't know it's there. If they literally didn't react at all. If they have this bunker here, they're gonna take it down for sure. I try to make a drone to make a spine crawler and make a queen, but he's got a reactor, barracks, and the Marines are just going to come out too fast to stop it. So generally I would cancel this. If they literally have no idea, go for it. But really, what you want to be paying attention is over here. Once this is done, make a queen, make a drone, turn the drone into a spine crawler, and tell the queen to start spreading creep, because you want creep up into their natural as soon as possible. In the meantime, they're still preoccupied with the hatch. Hopefully they haven't looked out if you did cancel the hatch like you were supposed to. With just Marines, it does take a really long time for them to kill the hatch, so I guess they're distracted for a while. I decided to make these lings just to see what I could do. The broodlings get a couple kills. Yeah, I just made one pair of lings and sent them into the mineral line from that because I knew that nothing else was going to work. They get an SUV kill. Almost get another one. Would have been really cool if they got both, but it doesn't really matter. Once that creep can spread it, and place another creep tumor, and then make 3 Ravagers out of your roaches. You want to throw down the roach horn as soon as the spawning pool is done. You can see whenever that happened on the top. And then make a spore crawler, and then make another spine crawler, and just keep moving the creep up. As soon as you see a tank triple bile it, if you lose Ravager, it doesn't matter, just make sure you kill the first tank, and then just keep creeping around everything you can. Constantly attack this depot. If they don't have a tank to defend it, just use the Overlord that you originally sent for high ground vision. anything you can. Uh, See how I'm putting the bile in the middle so that I hit both things. There's normally a full wall here, so there's a lot of places to do that double bile. Forget about that Ravager, he's gonna die. But if they make a wall at the front and keep trying to make depot walls, you can just keep killing them with the Ravagers. Remember to take another base behind it and get a lair. I forget the lair for way too long every time I do this build because I'm too focused on the Ravager micro. Keep spreading creep. You want to make sure this whole thing is creeped up. If they get a Cyclone and they lock onto your static D, the great thing about Zerg is you can just pick it up and move it out of range and re-burrow it. I'm gonna make some more some more overlords from over here at this proxy hatch because he killed my last one, and I need more high ground vision. That's that's a really nice thing to do. I would make a good amount of overlords out of here. You don't have to make all of them. It's probably good to protect some of them back at your main base, but they can provide vision, and you can still protect them with your army and all of the static D that you're going to place around here. I like making a lot of Spore and Spine Crawlers at the bottom, because since they're on one base, they can't really easily amass an army that can fight static D well, especially with Ravagers spamming Biles, because it makes them micro, and so the stuff gets a lot of shots off. Now, he made a Banshee after that last tank in thoughts that it would just be able to get free kills, but that's what this Spore Crawler is for. The Spores pretty much just stop the Banshee's ability to hard counter this whole rush, which it totally does if you don't have the Spores. They're going to keep trying to snipe these Overlords, so make sure you keep them kind of towards the end and defended by everything. But oh, he even floats a CC over to here. Very smart. That's also what you should do as Terran. You should float CCs off to the corner. As the Zerg, if you play like this, you should keep some Zerglings around checking, or like some Overlords. Because I've lost to just Terran, me thinking he was on one base and Terran has other bases. Again, every time you see a tank, triple bile it. Tanks are not allowed to live in this build or you will lose. If they come down to fight you, let them. 2 Spores, 2 Spines, a bunch of Roach Ravager. There's no way they're going to win with their one base production. And now comes the part I've truly been working on. Getting your base inside of their base. Now, what constitutes your base? Well, in StarCraft, really, the whole map can be your base, because you can build your buildings anywhere. But for Zerg, I would consider your base anywhere with creep. So, I've got this secondary base over here, and then the main base. But I need to get my base in their base. So, as he gets baited into these Spore Crawlers by me pulling back my Ravagers, we need to continue to spread creep up and in here. As soon as you see a tank shelling, all the Ravagers go up, bile it down, run away. Tanks are really good if you leave them there and let them keep shooting. But if you just kill a tank as soon as it sieges and it gets like a shot or two off, it's awful, obviously. I mean, most things are awful if it only gets a shot or two off. But tanks are really easy to kill because they can't move once they siege up. And if you shoot all 3 biles before they start unsieging, you'll kill them every time. I think you have to you might not have to already be unsieging, but you have to be very, very fast, if not to dodge corrosive biles. So we're going to keep pushing in. The creep is slowly making its way in. I'm just making a bunch more roaches. We don't really need anti-air when we have the spore crawlers here. We got spore crawlers at home and queens at home and spores in every base in case he made more banshees. I'm claiming this base is my base. Remember, kill tanks as soon as you can, and then at the point that you're fighting SCVs with spine crawler support, you're good. You've won. You can just A-move. But yeah, that's a guide to doing it quickly. It normally just involves killing all of their power units immediately with corrosive bile and then running behind your spores. But even if he had broken out, I mean, I've got this base saturated, I've got this base pretty much fully saturated, this one's fully saturated, I got a lair. I would recommend going Roach, and then once you get your lair done, building a spire, and going Mutas for the initial round and just do whatever you can with mutas, and then going into corruptors and just staying on Roach Corruptor, because it's a pretty A-movie smash army, and as long as they don't have any more bases than what you have, it'll work totally fine. It'll kill everything in the air, and it'll kill everything on the ground. And then plus with this, they can't really do anything. So this is my base now. Hope y'all enjoyed getting to this point, but yeah, this is what happens when you fuck with the Zerg. Hope y'all enjoy. If you've stayed this long, please tell me what your favorite kind of milk is, and no, let's not do a food. Tell me what you think of what's going on in Ukraine. That'll be fun. Hit me in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Love y'all. Later.